Top 10 business plan mistakes you must avoid. Every business should have a business plan. Unfortunately, even though many of the underlying businesses are viable, most business plans hardly get approval by lenders or investors. Most bad business plans share one or more of the following problems. 1. The plan is poorly written. Spelling, punctuation, grammar, and style are all important when it comes to getting your business plan approved by a lender or an investor. Although investors do not expect to be investing in a company run by English majors, they are looking for clues about the underlying business and its leaders when they are perusing a plan. When they see one with spelling, punctuation, and grammar errors, they immediately wonder what else is wrong with the business. But since there is no shortage of people looking for capital, they do not wonder for long. They just move on to the next plan. Before you show your plan to a single investor or banker, go through every line of the plan with a fine-tooth comb. Run your spell check, which should catch spelling and punctuation errors, and have someone you know with strong English skills to review it for grammar problems. Style is subtler, but it is equally important. Different entrepreneurs write in different styles. If your style is confident, crisp, clean, authoritative, or formal, you will rarely have problems. If, however, your style is arrogant, sloppy, folksy, turgid, or smarmy, you may turn off potential investors, although it is a fact that different styles appeal to different investors. No matter what style you choose for your business plan, be sure it is consistent throughout the plan, and that it fits your intended audience and your business. For instance, I once met a conservative Midwest banker who funded an Indian-Japanese fusion restaurant partly because the plan, like the restaurant concept, was upbeat, trendy, and unconventional. 2. The plan presentation is sloppy. Once your writing is perfect, the presentation must match. Nothing peeves investors more than inconsistent margins, missing page numbers, charts without labels or with incorrect units, tables without headings, technical terminology without definitions, or a missing table of contents. Have someone else proofread your plan before you show it to an investor, banker, or venture capitalist. Remember that while you will undoubtedly spend months working on your plan, most investors will not give it more than 10 minutes before they make an initial decision about it. So, if they start paging through your plan and can't find the section on management, they may decide to move on to the next, more organized plan in the stack. 3. The plan is incomplete. Every business has customers, products and services, operations, marketing and sales, a management team, and competitors. At an absolute minimum, your plan must cover all these areas. A complete plan should also include a discussion of the industry, particularly industry trends, such as if the market is growing or shrinking. Finally, your plan should include detailed financial projections, monthly cash flow and income statements, as well as annual balance sheets, going out at least 3 years. 4. The plan is too vague. A business plan is not a novel, a poem, or a cryptogram. If a reasonably intelligent person with a high school education cannot understand your plan, then you need to rewrite it. If you are trying to keep the information vague because your business involves highly confidential material, processes, or technologies, then show people your executive summary first, which should never contain any proprietary information. Then, if they are interested in learning more about the business, have them sign non-compete and non-disclosure agreements before showing them the entire plan. Be forewarned, however, many venture capitalists and investors will not sign these agreements since they want to minimize their legal fees and have no interest in competing with you in any case. 5. The plan is too detailed. Do not get bogged down in technical details. This is especially common with technology-based startups. Keep the technical details to a minimum in the main plan. If you want to include them, do so elsewhere, say, in an appendix. One way to do this is to break your plan into 3 parts: a 2 to 3 page executive summary, a 10 to 20 page business plan, and an appendix that includes as many pages as needed to make it clear that you know what you are doing. This way, anyone reading the plan can get the amount of detail he or she wants. 6. The plan makes unfounded or unrealistic assumptions. By their very nature, business plans are full of assumptions. The most important assumption, of course, is that your business will succeed. The best business plans highlight critical assumptions and provide some sort of rationalization for them. The worst business plans bury assumptions throughout the plan, so no one can tell where the assumptions end and the facts begin. Market size, acceptable pricing, customer purchasing behavior, time to commercialization, all these involve assumptions. Wherever possible, make sure you check your assumptions against benchmarks from the same industry, a similar industry, or some other acceptable standard. Tie your assumptions to facts. A simple example of this would be the real estate section of your plan. Every company eventually needs some sort of real estate, whether it is office space, industrial space, or retail space. You should research the locations and costs for real estate in your area, and make a careful estimate of how much space you will actually need before presenting your plan to any investors or lenders. 7. The plan includes inadequate research. Just as it is important to tie your assumptions to facts, it is equally important to make sure your facts are, well, facts. Learn everything you can about your business and your industry, customer purchasing habits, motivations and fears, competitor positioning, size and market share, and overall market trends. You do not want to get bogged down by the facts, but you should have some numbers, charts, and statistics to back up any assumptions or projections you make. Well-prepared investors will check your numbers against industry data or third-party studies. If your numbers do not match with their numbers, your plan probably will not get funded. 8. You claim there is no risk involved in your new venture. Any sensible investor understands there is really no such thing as a no-risk business. There are always risks. You must understand them before presenting your plan to investors or lenders. Since a business plan is more of a marketing tool than anything else, I would recommend minimizing the discussion of risks in your plan. If you do mention any risks, be sure to emphasize how you will minimize or mitigate them. And be well prepared for questions about risks in later discussions with investors. 9. You claim you have no competition. It is absolutely amazing how many potential business owners include this statement in their business plans: we have no competition. If that is what you think, you could not be further from the truth. Every successful business has competitors, both direct and indirect. You should plan for stiff competition from the beginning. If you cannot find any direct competitors today, try to imagine how the marketplace might look once you are successful. Identify ways you can compete and accentuate your competitive advantages in the business plan. 10. The business plan is really no plan at all. A good business plan presents an overview of the business for short term and in the long term. However, it does not just describe what the business looks like at each of those stages. It also describes how you will get from one stage to the next. In other words, the plan provides a roadmap for the business, a roadmap that should be as specific as possible. It should contain definite milestones, major targets that have real meaning for your business. For instance, reasonable milestones might be signing the 100th client, or producing 10,000 units of product. The business plan should also outline all the major steps you need to complete to reach each milestone. Smoothing out the rough spots. Once you know what mistakes not to make, there are still a few steps you need to take to make your business plan bulletproof. 1. Be sure you think it through. You might have a great idea, but have you carefully mapped out all the steps you will need to take to make the business a reality? Think about building your management team, hiring salespeople, setting up operations, getting your first customer, protecting yourself from lawsuits, outmaneuvering your competition, and so on. Think about cash flow and what measures you can take to minimize your expenses and maximize your revenue. 2. Do your research. Investigate everything you can about your proposed business before you start writing your business plan, and long before you start the business. You will also need to continue your research while you write the business plan, since inevitably, things will change as you uncover critical information. And while you are researching, be sure to consult multiple sources since many times the experts will disagree. 3. Research your potential customers and competitors. Is your product or service something people really want or need, or is it just cool? Study your market. Is it growing or shrinking? Could some sort of disruptive technology or regulatory change alter the market in fundamental ways? Why do you think people will buy your product or service? If you do not have any customers or clients yet, you will need to convince investors that you have something people really want or need, and more important, that they will buy it at the price you expect. 4. Get feedback. Obtain as much feedback as you can from trusted friends, colleagues, non-for-profit organizations, and potential investors or lenders. You will quickly find that almost everyone thinks they are an expert and they all could do a better job than you. This may be annoying, but it is just part of the feedback process. You will know when you are done when you have heard the same questions and criticisms again and again, and have a good answer to almost everything anyone can throw at you. 5. Hire professional help. Find a professional you trust to help guide you through the entire process. Fill in knowledge gaps. For instance, if you know marketing but not finance, you should hire a finance expert. Provide additional, unbiased feedback, and package your plan in an attractive, professional format. Writing a business plan is hard work. Many people spend a year or more writing their plan. In the early, drafting stages, business plan software can be very helpful. But the hard part is developing a coherent picture of the business that makes sense, is appealing to others, and provides a reasonable roadmap for the future. Your products, services, business model, customers, marketing and sales plan, internal operations, management team, and financial projections must all tie together seamlessly. If they do not, you may not ever get your business off the ground. For more videos like this, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Talent and Skills Hub, enabling environment for actualization of passions and ambitions. Also, remember to share this video with others to help them learn about top 10 business plan mistakes. For further support, you can book an appointment to be mentored by our instructors, counselors, and mentors on entrepreneurship skills and other personal and professional development through our website, tshub.com.